Hello everyone, this is Atin. I'm back with another video. We have been sharing continuous updates on US Embassy, travel, immigration updates. But then as I was not feeling well for the past couple of days, I couldn't share the updates immediately. So today we are going to see the consolidated version of the updates that we have got for this week. And the first update would be India extends the OCI card reissuance deadline. And the second update is from Department of Homeland Security for the people who are applying for extension. To be more specific on I-539 form. Along with it, we are also going to see the slots availability and what are the information that we can expect from US Embassy and Consulate in India in coming Visa Fridays. And also, there are a lot of people who are raising questions on whether it is the right time to travel to India or even from India to US. So let's discuss on all this topic in today's video. First, let's start with the good news. India extends the OCA card reissuance deadline till December 2022. The reissuance of OCA card is actually mandatory for the OCA card holders whenever they have been issued a new passport. So due to this pandemic, India is helping the OCA card holders to not to delay their travel, or it doesn't stop their travel due to this reissuance of OCA card, which is really a mandatory part. But then without worrying, the OCA card holders who are the foreign citizens of Indian origin will be able to travel to and from India till December 2022. So this is actually happy news because they can even travel with the old OCA card and new passport without worrying. And they have also mentioned that you can carry your existing OCA card along with the new passport. Even though your old passport number has been mentioned in the existing OCA card, it is not mandatory for you to carry your old passport. So as of now, you can carry your OCA card along with your new passport is what they have mentioned. But it is always better to carry your old passport, new passport and OCA card for a safer side. The next update is from Department of Homeland Security. Recently, we have seen an update that USCIS is gradually moving to digital processing. And that is where they are asking us to file online. For example, I-539, which is the extension for H4, B1, B2 or L2, the process can be applied online and it is much faster than applying through mailing process. And the update that they have given right now is if you are applying I-539 form, that means the extension that you are applying online, then if there is a biometrics, then you will get your biometrics appointment online request only. When you are applying online, you cannot expect a biometrics appointment through mail. So this is what an important point that you have to note it down, because if you are applying online, you can get all the updates online itself, be it like the status, be it like your receipt number, or be it like biometrics appointment request. And when you are getting biometrics appointment, you have to download the copy and you can make use of the downloaded copy when you're going for the appointment. And one more point to be highlighted over here is, as of now, be it like H4 or L2, the biometric process has been temporarily suspended till May 17th of 2023. So there is no biometrics for H4 and L2. But then if there are few cases wherein they might be asked for biometrics, but if that is the case, then you have to go for biometrics, but that is very rare. And if you are falling under B1, B2 extension, then of course you do have biometrics. And if you are applying online, then make sure to check continuously so that you'll get the updates now and then on the biometrics appointment. Or if you are directly mailing, then you will get your biometrics appointment via mail. And you have to make a note on the fees as well, because for B1, B2, the $85 for biometrics is still in place, but for H4 and L2, $85 need not be paid as biometrics has been suspended. As we are discussing about H4 and L2, after the suspension of biometrics, the approval process are pretty much faster, be it like H4 or H4 EADs or even standalone EADs. For standalone EADs, it is much more faster because it is hardly taking 2 months for them to get approval, to get the card in hand itself. It is just taking 2 months. So this biometric suspension, it really helped many people to get their approvals faster. And if you are planning to travel to India, then make sure that try to apply standalone, which is much faster process. Even before it was a much faster process, but now it is pretty much very faster is what I can tell you. So this is the current status for people who are looking for the updates on how much it takes for the approval and all that. And I think most of you should be aware of the automatic extension of 180 days for H4 EADs. Recently, US Embassy and Consulate in India announced that they are planning to open more than 20,000 appointments in spring 2022. But if you see the slots availability, by end of December, we were not able to see that many slots. And even yesterday and day before yesterday, we were able to see slots in very limited numbers. And that too, it was in a very selected consulate, not in all the consulates. So we cannot consider that they have started opening those 20,000 slots, which they have announced earlier. So we can expect an update on this slots, when they will open this bulk number of slots for work visa holders, and updates related to B1, B2, R visa or O visa, or for fresh B1, B2 in tomorrow's Visa Fridays. When the bulk slots were opened in early December, many people were able to schedule their appointment for early 2022. But right now, the situation is a bit uncertain and COVID cases have increased worldwide. So in this situation, many people are confused whether to travel or not. So if you are planning to travel, then please consider certain points. If you need not go for stamping, then you have to consider about the safety, because the number of COVID cases are increasing, and different state implementing different travel guidelines and quarantine rules specifically. Though there is a common travel guidelines for India, each state is having their own rules and regulations. Then if you are planning to travel, continuously check the travel guidelines as well. And if you are a person who need to get your stamping done, then please understand that each consulate operation is based on the local conditions and staffing. And right now, the COVID cases are increasing in almost all the states in India, and many states have already announced for lockdowns. So in this scenario, even the consulate might cancel the appointment, or they might ask you to reschedule your appointment, or they can ask you to even prepone your appointment. So if you're planning to travel to India for stamping, then you have to be ready for any changes that can be announced by the consulate, because since the start of the pandemic, the consulate have been continuously telling that if you are planning to travel from US to India, then plan for a longer stay. I'm not telling that they will surely cancel the appointment, but there are chances. So if you are planning to travel, then be ready for the changes that they are going to announce, or they might go with the appointments which is already scheduled. And moreover, with the current situation, we can also get a few more updates from Visa Fridays, which is going to be tomorrow. So wait for the tomorrow's Visa Friday updates, and hopefully we'll get updates for most of the visa category. So stay tuned with the Purna Aarti Vlog for more and more updates on embassy, immigration, travel and vlogs. Stay healthy, stay safe, take care. Bye-bye.